What specific duties and activities does a clinical researcher engage in? The physician is responsible for the interpretation of clinical documentation completed by the healthcare team, for the healthcare records, and for quality assurance in the alignment of clinical documentation and billing codes. A clinical researcher acts as a knowledge resource to the clinical departments and revenue integrity analysts regarding change-related issues, processes, and programming. What educational background does one need in order to become a clinical researcher? The job requires a level of education as normally demonstrated by a bachelor's degree in health information management and some form of continuing education. Is there an internship period involved before you can start practicing as a clinical researcher? After the completion of the bachelor's course, a clinical researcher can undergo 1 or more years of postgraduate training. What subjects are covered by the clinical research program? During this course, the students are trained extensively in the biomedical, pharmaceutical, social or behavioral, and clinical sciences. What job options are available after a student graduates with a degree in clinical research? Clinical data analysts can work in a variety of industries such as the pharmaceutical, healthcare, or biotechnology industries. They can work for a private sector company or a hospital or research facility. Clinical data analysts can also complete some contract work or even work as software writers specifically for data collection materials. How much research does this job actually involve? Clinical research professionals essentially design, document, test, implement, and manage clinical data collection and reporting systems. They define requirements and report their conclusions to stakeholders and other interested parties, according to Humedica in Massachusetts, a health analysts company. Clinical data analysts also might conduct trainings on technical and software programs, or even develop specific programs for various research outcomes. A clinical researcher usually works in an office, however, it depends on what field you're working in. Does this job pay well? The average clinical data analyst salary is close to $72,000 per year.